Moving on. Is Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau afraid of immigration? Is his country unequipped, rather ill-equipped to handle foreign students? What makes me ask all these questions? It's Canada's recent announcement. Listen to it yourself now.
I am announcing 3 principal measures. 1, a temporary 2-year cap on new international student permits. It is the latest in a series of measures to improve program integrity and set international students up for the success in order to maintain a sustainable level of temporary residence in Canada as well.
You see, Canada is taking international students for the next 2 years. Why is that? As Immigration Minister Mark Miller just said, to maintain a sustainable level of residence in Canada. What it essentially means is that Canada has bit off more than it could chew. It is facing a crippling housing crisis, and the flurry of foreign students last year did not help the cause. I have some statistics for you. Last year, Canada permitted some 900,000 students, the number more than tripled in a decade. The Canadian government thought that this would drive economic growth, but what it actually steered was a shortage of housing and part-time jobs. According to government data, there was a shortfall of 345,000 housing units. Rents shot up. Freshly landed students lugged their bags around from door to door just to find a place to stay, even a place on rent. And Canada doesn't want to repeat that mistake, so it has announced this cap. How many students will it be taking now? Listen to it.
For 2024, the cap is expected to result in approximately 364,000 approved study permits, a decrease of 35% from 2023. In the spirit of fairness, we are also allocating the cap space by province based on population, such as that some provinces will see much more significant reductions.
You see, Canada will only be taking 360,000 foreign students this year, and the distribution is going to vary from province to province, depending on the population. And that's not all. The eligibility criteria for post-graduation work permits has also changed. Starting September, students of institutions that have a private-public model will no longer be able to apply for a work permit. And as for spouses, only those whose partners are in master's, doctoral and professional programs will be eligible. Anything other than that won't make the cut. So you see, Canada is trying its best to discourage foreign students from coming. The same students who contribute roughly over $22.3 billion to its economy every year. Even more than its exports of auto parts, lumber or aircraft. After the recent diplomatic spat between India and Canada, the interest of Indian students fell like a brick. In the second half of 2023, the number of applications for new study permits from India dropped to some 86,000. This figure was close to 146,000 in the same period a year before. You see, there was a decline of nearly 40%, and now Canada is saying it doesn't want more foreign students anyway. It is citing program integrity, eliminating academic oversight, and what not for it, excuses. But is that really the reason? Well, maybe a part of it. The bigger questions at the moment are: has Justin Trudeau failed Canada's education sector? Or is he simply afraid of immigration? Because if you give someone a student visa, you are giving them a path for permanent residency. Is America's eternal fear rubbing off on Trudeau as well? Or is Canada admitting defeat? That its infrastructure simply isn't strong enough to handle foreign students. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.